Hi everyone, my name is John Saul, and today I'll be discussing the impact of the Columbian Exchange on Native American societies and European expansion. The Columbian Exchange refers to the widespread transfer of people, plants, animals, technology, and diseases between the Americas, Europe, and Africa following Christopher Columbus's 1492 voyage. While this exchange profoundly shaped global history, its consequences were especially devastating for indigenous people in America. One of the most tragic impacts was the spread of old world diseases like smallpox, measles, and influenza, which native populations had no immunity to. According to the historian Alfred Cosby, diseases wiped nearly 90% of indigenous communities within a century of the first contact. This mass death destabilized entire societies and allowed Europeans to more easily conquer and colonize the Americas. At the same time, Europeans brought horses, pigs, and cattle, which transformed native economies and ways of life. For instance, plain tribes like Comanche and Sioux eventually used horses to expand their hunting and warfare abilities, but this took generations. Meanwhile, pig and cattle often destroyed native crops and intensifying food insecurities in many regions. Europeans also benefited enormously from Columbian exchange. Crops like maize, potatoes, and tomatoes from the Americas revolutionized European agriculture and led to population growth and economic expansion. This gave countries like Spain, Portugal, and later England the resources and motivation to further colonize the Americas. But we can't overlook the human cost of exchange. Along with diseases, the introduction of European weapons and transatlantic slave trade created a long-lasting trauma and displacement for Native and African people. Colonization wasn't just about trade, it was about control, extraction, and exploration. In summary, the Columbian Exchange wasn't a simple cultural meeting. It was a collision that reshaped societies on both sides of the Atlantic. While Europeans gained power and resources, native populations suffered diseases, land loss, and cultural disruption on a mass scale. Thank you so much for your time and listening. Thank you so much.